Hi there. This is Ashley Stevenson, and I'm talking to you today about 2.4 for our HRS 2, which is our evaluation system and feedback and strengths and weaknesses. So first, I'm just going to share my screen with you so I can show you where we're at. There we are. So we have our 2.4, which I said is we're are provided clear and ongoing evaluations of our strengths and weaknesses and all of our data, which then leads to student achievement data as well. Our leading indicator, our initial survey was 91% of staff agree or strongly agree. So this is definitely an area of strength because more than 80% of our teachers agree or strongly agree based on our initial survey. So here are some of our charts that show our responses for the initial survey questions. So for school leaders, use highly specific rubrics and accurate feedback. Everyone agreed or strongly agreed. For our next part, school leaders use multiple sources of information to provide feedback. Most people agreed, and we did have some disagree for some parts of that question. But this was our initial survey. School leaders talk regularly to me about evaluation data. We have a lot of people agree and strongly agree. School leaders observe me frequently. We had a lot of people agree and strongly agree. A few disagrees, but again, this was our initial data. School leaders give me feedback frequently. We have agree and strongly agree with some disagrees. I can explain which of my instructional strategies have the strongest and weakest relationships with student achievement. We have everyone agree or strongly agree. So for those initial survey responses, we had only 15 responses. So we, after looking at the data, kind of felt like we needed to redo that data a little bit later, get more responses so we had more accurate portrayal of how we're doing. 2.4 task B are lagging indicators. We have parts A through F, practices and artifacts from our new teacher evaluation cycle, continuing teacher evaluation cycle, our observation plan, feedback examples, induction coach feedback, and our maintenance from 21 to 22 years. So broken up, part A, we have a link here, which I will open for you. Possibly waiting. Okay. So this is our new teacher evaluation cycle. So we have year 1, year 2, and year 3. And that is for our new teachers and to provide them with the most support for beginning teaching. So like I said, it's 3 years that they use the induction model, getting them the support and everything that they need for those first 3 fun years. We have part B, which is the continuing teacher evaluation cycle, which is coming up. So for continuing contract teachers, we have it broken up into year 1 to year 5 and just continuing. And it's just what you're working on and the standards and what you get to choose from. So yeah, so every year we have to choose 2 new ones. So then after 5 years, we get all 23 of those elements. Part C, we have the Aspen observation plan. So on this link, it just shows you how it's organized, what months Mr. Peterson, our principal, will work with which grade levels and everything and at what times, and just making sure that everyone is getting their observations in and their things done and so on. So yes, we usually meet with Mr. Peterson and come up with what month works best for us and what things we want to work on, goals, etc. Part D, we have principal evaluation feedback. We have a photo of just some quick jots of quick observations and some more formal ones. Most of our observations are put into iObservation online, and we can go in and read comments and strengths and next steps and things like that that Mr. Peterson has written in there from the observation. Part E is our induction coach for new teachers. So we just attached a snapshot of the form that was used for one of the observations. But basically, it's a T-chart of what I observed and next steps or questions or compliments. So that's just one big form there. And then just kind of talks about if there's any things that they need to work on or next steps, just helping that new teacher the best they can. And that's done by Becky Symes, which is our induction coach. We also have other people from outside the district like Tammy Baby. She works a lot with our reading and intervention, and then Maria and Jan as well. So part F is the maintenance from year 2021 to 2022. So this was the second survey that we did. Initially on our first survey, we only had 15 responses. This time we had 41. So it definitely is more of an accurate saying of how things are going here at Aspen Elementary. So our first one, school leaders use highly specific rubrics. We have a lot of people agree or strongly disagree. I'm sorry, agree or strongly agree, with just a couple disagree. So that one's looking pretty good. School leaders use multiple sources of information to provide feedback. We had most people agree and strongly agree. Some parts of that question where we have teacher self-reports and stuff, we're not quite, that's why we have some disagrees on there. School leaders regularly talk to me about evaluation data they've collected. We have agree and strongly agree, most of everybody. School leaders observe me frequently, mostly strongly agree or agree. School leaders give me feedback frequently. We have strongly agree or agree. You're given your strengths and weaknesses towards student achievement. Agree or strongly agree. So with all the results from our second survey, we agree that most everybody at Aspen Elementary agrees or strongly agrees that we need to continue and doing a good job with our evaluations and our feedback and knowing our strengths and weaknesses, so then it can continue on to the students. So and part C is our area of strength. So overall, we have a lot of data, we have a lot of evaluations, we have a lot of feedback, and all in all, I think Aspen Elementary is doing a great job. Let me flip back to me, sorry. I think Aspen Elementary is doing a good job. From our survey results, it shows that most everybody is agreeing. It's important that we continue on this right track, so then we continue to improve ourselves, because then that hand in hand improves the quality of instruction for the students, which then closes that achievement gap. So that's 2.4. Thank you. Bye.